What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are here and we are back again with another 1,000 Pound Sisters episode. Okay, this is episode 7, and we're about to see what the hell went down, if you dig what I'm saying. But of course, before we get into it, let's give a shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel. Now, with that being said, though, let's not waste any more time and let's get into this because I got a feeling it's just going to be problematic as always. Because when it comes to the Slayton sisters with the Slayton family, nothing can ever not be problematic. But let's get it.
Let's find out what this number is. All right, hop up here for me.
I'm taking my shoes off.
Okay, take your shoes off. We can do that.
Today, me and Tammy have a follow-up appointment with Dr. Smith. He wants me under 400 pounds so I can get the surgery tomorrow. This is it, hopefully when I step on the scale, I've lost enough weight so I can be approved for surgery. Here we go. This dirty machine, I don't like it.
.5.
I don't know, Doc. I've stuck to the diet. I've been on liquid diets all day long, just in case. So, I don't know.
Well, let's have a seat. Let's talk about this.
I don't know how in the hell this is possible.
You see, this is the problem with Chris, He's all talk when it comes to Tammy. But in reality, when it comes to actions for his own health, he just ain't cutting it. He just ain't doing what needs to be done, And it's hella annoying because if he could put the same energy he puts into Tammy into himself, he could get a whole lot more done for himself. And this is why, realistically, he should be leaving Tammy to sort out her own shit whilst he focuses on his own shit, if you dig what I'm saying. But hey, let's proceed.
So, I don't understand it.
All right, so we're not as low as we wanted to be. We wanted to get to 400. Yeah, my job is to do what's best for you, and sometimes that may be an answer you don't want to hear. But you need to get this weight off, or we're going to go in a bad direction. So, we're going to do your surgery.
I can't wait. Oh my God. The big deal is I've been trying to get this surgery for 11 years. So for him to go ahead and say that he'd do it because I need it, I really don't care why he's doing it, he's doing it. That's a big step in the right direction for me.
I mean, the fact is, Chris isn't wrong. It is a big step in the right direction for himself, but just because he's going to be having surgery, it doesn't mean that all the problems are solved, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, when it comes to your health or anything in life, it's always a mental thing. It's always a discipline situation. And if he's struggling to discipline himself properly on a consistent basis, then hopefully the numbers that he drops from the surgery itself will, give him this feeling that, I can do this and I will do this and I will be as disciplined as possible. Because at this moment in time, when it comes to him and his discipline, obviously, clearly, in secret, it's not that great. But on camera, with the things that he says, with his bubbly, lovely personality, it gives us the perception. But really and truly, the perception doesn't seem to be real. But hey, let's proceed.
I don't know, it's a blessing that you're willing to go ahead and do the surgery.
If I did not have faith in you that you could do what I need you to do, I wouldn't do it. This is one piece of the puzzle. And there's been a lot of things that I've asked you to do and lifestyle changes that you've made that I can prove. You showed me that you could lose weight before. You have done everything we've asked you to do with your visits with your doctor and your weigh-ins and everything like that. You deserve it. And that's why we're doing it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
6 months, he's going to be half this size. He's going to look even more handsome than he does now.
So what'd you find out?
Well, the weigh-in wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. He said regardless of what the scale says, he's going to go ahead and do the surgery. I got to meet with the rest of the staff here in a little while, but,
If we just Tammy's face at this moment in time is comical. Like, yo, Tammy, why are you upset for? The way she wasn't even happy for big bro. Like, look, check this out. Let's play that again.
He's gonna go ahead and do the surgery. I gotta meet with the rest of the staff here in a little while, but
like, yo, man, be happy for your bro, Tams. What the fuck, man? Like, yo. This woman be hella flipping miserable all the time. But hey, man, it's a madness. But hey, man, let's proceed.
He's gonna go ahead and do it. So he said if he didn't believe that I wouldn't stick to the diet, then he wouldn't do the surgery.
You gonna check in tonight for the surgery or in the morning?
It'll be in the morning.
I'm proud of him. He's doing what he should have. I'm happy for him.
I hope it motivates Tammy to to move forward and start doing better. But I'm also worried about her feeling left behind and getting more. Wait up.
I think that's what it really comes down to, isn't it? Tammy feeling left behind, because we know she already feels left behind with the fact that Amy's got Gage, Amy's got a partner. So yeah, 100%. And then obviously Chris is now going to get the surgery. And at the end of the day, when it comes to Tammy, for her, it's all about how can I use other people's, how can I use everyone else is doing as an excuse of why I can't do it. You know what I mean? And this is usually that point where Tammy will say something like, but y'all just don't understand the pain that I have to go through. Y'all just don't understand this, and that. You know, and that's the problem with Tammy. Tammy worries so much about us not understanding, or the family not understanding, or the producers not understanding, everybody not understanding, when in reality, it's not about what we don't understand or understand. It's about what you need to understand about yourself, and that is that you need to push through the pain. Like, yo, she's going to be in pain no matter what. But hey, man, that's just Tammy. That is just how Tammy functions, which is always going to be one of the biggest cause of holding herself back. But hey, let's proceed.
What you doing, bitch?
How'd it go?
Well, your fat ass brother got approved for surgery.
That's awesome. That's a huge accomplishment. What about Tammy?
Tammy didn't gain any, but she didn't lose any. She maintained her weight from the same time last month.
Yeah.
I mean, Dr. Smith wants more steps every day, and he wants her to see her back in a month to lose 25 pounds. But everybody's tired and everybody's hungry. I'm starving.
We have to break up.
Bye, I love you. Talk to you when you got some signal. Bye, I love you. Talk to you when you got some signal.
Chris calls me, he's approved for surgery, and I'm like, this is a happy day. I mean, my brother's getting surgery, he's saving his life. You know, I've saved my life. One by one, we're all getting healthy. But then there's Tammy.
Yo, man. And then she's like, but then there's Tammy. I mean, the fact is, you know what I mean? It's like the Kardashians a little bit, you know? I remember that episode when Kim was saying to the family, like, Rob is never gonna get himself into place if we all keep babying him, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes tough love is what you gotta give. And that's why Kim's like, listen, I ain't involved in that guy's life. His choices are his choices. I'm out, you know what I mean? He needs to figure that shit out by himself. And the fact is, of course, as a family, you're gonna worry about a loved one, do you know what I mean? You're gonna worry about a sibling, of course. But the fact is this, they're gonna have to leave Tammy on her own. Because at the end of the day, if they are all prepared, if they are all moving forward in life and they're all leaving her behind, the fact is they can't. How does it go? Snoop Dogg said it best, but here's the thing, you know. Put it this way, right? Sometimes when you know someone, you start off close. Okay, you start off close. Okay, and then one of you just start to grow. Now, there's only two ways that the other person can catch up with you. It's either one, you bring yourself back down, which you shouldn't be doing because you need to stay up here and going forward. So what you got to do is allow the other person to then catch up with you. You know what I'm saying? You never go back for nobody. If they wanna be stagnant and they don't want to push forward, that is their problem. Your issue. You should just focus and keep going. You know what I'm saying? You want to keep going higher and higher and higher. You know what I'm saying? And the only option is for them to catch up with you, never for you to go down to them. Like, fuck that, man. You know what I'm saying? But hey, let's proceed.
My hair's turning gray, waiting on this bitch to lose weight. I'm gonna be 100 years old by the time she loses a pound. Go back to the couch. We definitely need more space. Me and Michael want to get a bigger house because our house is getting too small for the three of us. Or the four of us, if you count a little bit. I mean, what do you want to do? Like, to be a little bit permanent. I want to make it a home. Make it a forever house. I think buying would be our best option. If we want to paint chalkboard on the wall for him to draw on, we can.
Yeah, we can paint it any color we want.
Yeah, it's ours. So
I mean, to be honest with you, I can only hope and pray that when they get this new house and they move, that they do a better job of looking after it, you know what I'm saying? Okay, remember, they, not just the one of them, okay? Because of course, you know, in this situation, husband over here obviously has to help Amy make sure that the house stays clean, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we know Amy hasn't got the best of track records when it comes to keeping her home clean in general, like even from way back with the whole YouTube thing and all that kind of stuff. So the fact is, there's no point of putting blame on one person or putting responsibility on just the one person. Once you live with someone else, you're both responsible of keeping that house clean. Do you know what I mean? You all have, you know, you have your responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? You're doing this, I'm doing this. That's it. If you do what I'm saying. So hopefully they can, you know, really use the new home as a fresh start and a fresh way of how to, you know, live that is, you know, that's all we can ever wish for, if you dig what I'm saying, right? So, yeah, but yeah, let's get into it.
So, it's time to move. There's only so much help I can give a person. All I was going to tell you, Chris called me, and he said that he got approved.
That's good.
But Tammy did. She ain't been walking like the doctor told her to. She ain't been eating right.
That's the same way last year.
Tammy's clearly not ready to lose the weight. She says she's ready. She says everything that you want to hear. She ain't ready yet. You can push and push a horse to water, and at the end of the day, that horse is just going to get tired and get pissed off at you. I know for a fact Tammy ain't doing what she's supposed to do. I don't know about Tammy and Philip. All I know is since her breakup, I know they've been talking a little bit, and he's very bad news for her weight loss because he's a BBW king. He likes big women. Since the breakup, I know her and Philip has been talking because Tammy's just being really secretive about him and not really saying much. There's no way in hell Tammy needs to be in a relationship right now. He is a feeder. Tammy don't need nothing like that.
I mean, that's just the irony then, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? Because the fact is, Tammy's always been around feeders. I mean, their whole family are feeders to themselves and to her, you know what I mean, to a certain degree. But of course, now, obviously, they all live separately, so therefore there is, you know, can't really put the blame on the family so much per se, but whenever the family do get together, it's all about eating food, which is it's always a very interesting part of things, if you know what I mean. But yeah, end of the day, he is a feeder, and, well, to be fair, here's the thing, to be honest with you, should Tammy be in a relationship with anyone regardless of whether they are a feeder or not? In my opinion, no, because she would drain the fuck out of someone, man. Like, real talk. You know what I mean? Because Tammy would be a very hard person to support, a very hard person to motivate, okay? And she would give you every excuse underneath the sun. She would cuss you out. She would talk shit to you. So the matter of the fact is, though, Tammy shouldn't be with anyone, because if she's the only way she's going to be good company is if you feed her. You know what I mean? But if you're a partner trying to help her, she ain't looking to hear none of that. You know what I'm saying? She just be looking at you like, don't talk to me. You ain't my daddy. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, let's proceed.
Wrong and do bad all by herself. That's what she needs to do. But me, I need to move forward for him.
You can't hold nobody, let nobody hold you back. You just gotta go after your dreams.
You're right, babe. It's time for us to move on. Close this chapter in our life. Move on to bigger and better houses.
Close one, open another.
You want to look for houses?
Go do it.
That's new.
Well, I guess since you guys are going to be busy at the hospital, having surgery and all, I guess I'll take Tammy out and we'll walk around and see if I can get her moving again.
That sounds good.
The worst part of it, you know, is Tammy started this journey with Amy. Now Amy's had her surgery and moving on. I started the journey with her. Well, I'm right here at the finish line getting the surgery, and Tammy's pretty much back where she started.
Sad as hell, man. Sad as hell. And that goes back to what Chris was saying before about the fact is Tammy is feeling left behind. She started with Amy, failed. Started with Chris, failed. You know what I mean? And that is the biggest indication, like I keep saying, that they need to just ditch her, leave her behind and let her catch up in her own pace whenever she feels ready to. And if she catches up, brilliant. If she doesn't, well, it is what it is. End of the day, we can't strain ourselves because somebody else doesn't want to pull their weight. Literally pull their weight. But yeah, it is what it is.
And Tammy's pretty much back where she started.
But then again, it's one of those things, she has to do it herself. We can't do it for her.
I'm upset, but at the same time, I'm going to be selfish and do it anyway because it's...
You gotta do you.
Yeah, I got to do it for me.
Everything goes in the back. Yeah, of course, I've been in the back. Cute little hat for you.
Today, Chris is going to have a robotic sleeve gastrectomy, which is basically where we are going to remove the large portion of his stomach, about 80% of it. Kind of take his stomach from a balloon down to a banana and really affect how much food he can take in and cause him to feel full much quicker.
Hey, Chris, I just want to say good luck and I love you.
Love you too, thank you.
All right, I'll let you know.
I wanted to call Chris before his surgery and tell him I love him and to be brave and just kind of like positive vibes before he goes under the knife. I'm not there. I can't go and see him at the hospital, and that's worrying me even more because I was lucky with my surgery. I had Tammy and Michael with me every step of the way. I was about to stop the surgery. How you doing?
It is quite fascinating, though, isn't it? How we can have a surgery that allows our stomach to shrink. You know, it allows us. You know, obviously they cut off 80% of our stomach, right? But it is quite interesting because really and truly, if we was to if some people were to learn to control their appetites and, you know, really start to have smaller meals and whatnot, your stomach would shrink anyway, you know what I mean? Like, you don't even need the surgery for it, but of course, I get it, man. It's not that simple for other people. For some people, you know, they need to have assistance, which is completely fine, you know. But it is quite interesting though, isn't it? How people get to a certain stage. But it makes me wonder though, like before surgery, everyone else who was like, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 700 pounds, like that did end up actually losing the weight without surgery. It tells you that, like, are we now living in a society where literally people are only looking to lose weight if they're rewarded with a surgery? Like, I feel like it was cooler before when you could lose weight and then maybe you would reward yourself with like a skin removal surgery. You know what I mean? Okay, because not everyone wants to walk around with loose skin. You know, which makes a lot of sense. But now it's like, okay, so you're 600 pounds, just lose 100 pounds and we'll get you that surgery. You know what I mean? And the crazy thing is with the surgery that you then have as well, it's not guaranteed that you're then going to continue to lose weight, because some people can still reverse their own surgery, which is why in reality, it is so much more better if you lose the weight yourself naturally, okay? Because you are training yourself long-term mentally to get to where you are, you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, there are a lot of people, a lot of successful people out here who have had surgery and have been able to actually lose the weight as well and make sure that that surgery was worth it, which is absolutely fantastic. But then there are some people who really rely on having the surgery, and then once they have the surgery, they fuck it up anyway. We've seen that with Alexander Rodriguez, you know what I mean? And you know, and we've seen it with some other people too. And I think that's what becomes very frustrating. I feel like when it comes to having a gastric surgery in general, I generally feel like maybe there should be a stricter rule behind it. You know what I mean? Maybe you have to, you know, do something, because here's the thing. I understand that you have to do therapy, you have to do a lot of things, but I feel like maybe, I don't know, man. It's just that, like, when you see people get these surgeries and then fuck it up, it just pisses me off. You know what I mean? Because, like, yo, man, like, if you get it, win. You know what I mean? But at the same time, there's people who don't get it but still win anyway. It's a madness, man. Maybe I'm losing what I'm trying to say here, but hey, let's proceed.
How you doing?
I can't stop crying.
I wish you were here.
I did care, but
I'm so scared.
you're gonna be okay.
I wish my mommy was here.
Stop, you're gonna make me cry.
No, I'm scared.
You're gonna be fine.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
I mean, if you're looking at Amy, though, Amy's obviously someone that had surgery. I'm sorry to laugh, but she had the surgery, right? But since she had it, okay, she lost a couple of pounds. But now what? She ain't done shit since. And it really pisses me off, though, how Amy kind of just sits there talking as if, like, she's a skinny legend, shall I say. That's the term these days, a skinny legend. You know? And to be fair with you, like... Actually, no, that doesn't matter. I was going to say something, but I'm like, I don't want to say something that I don't know what I'm talking about. I mean, I'll say it anyway, but I could be completely wrong. But the fact that she had surgery... Actually, no, forget that. There's people do that. Ignore me. Never mind. But end of the day, I know she's had a kid and a baby and all that kind of stuff. But that's not a reason for her to still be where she's at now, because Gage ain't young. He's not newly anymore. You know what I mean? She's had time to get back on the diet, to get back on the exercise. You know what I mean? But she literally had the surgery, lost a couple of pounds, and now she's sister just judging her sister. But on top of that, we saw the barbecue. Her portions were big. You know what I mean? Everyone's portion, even Chris's portion, was bigger, apart from Tammy's. But even though everything that on that plate was just disgusting. You know what I mean? And this is what I'm trying to say, man. When people do this, it's a slap in the fucking face. Like, yo, that's why for me personally, I don't believe that anyone in this family deserves surgery. I mean, maybe I'm speaking a bit too early, because maybe Chris will show us that, you know, he's really going to make it worth his while, which I really hope he does. You know what I mean? But in reality, like, I don't see it, because Amy should have lost a whole lot more weight by now. But hey, man, sometimes some people get surgery just for the short term. They don't think about it long term. That's why, you know, they need to make it harder, man. They need to make you lose about, I don't know, depending on how much you weigh. Let's say you weigh 600 pounds. You should lose at least 200 to 250, maybe even 300 pounds first. Sounds a bit mad, right? But I'm just saying, it's a mad situation. But let's proceed. Yes.
That anesthesia is no joke. So I'm scared for Chris. There's always a risk when you have surgery.
What's up, buddy? How
How are you? Did you need sleep last night? Did you? How about you? You didn't sleep. That's fine. I always say, if you're not nervous, I would worry about you more than if you say that you are. Supposed to be a little nervous. That means you care, right? Yeah. Chris has gone through a lot of stuff to make sure that he's in tip-top shape to have the surgery and do well. Surgery itself has risks of cardiac and respiratory issues. Then with Chris's history of blood clots, not only blood clots in the legs, but blood clots that can migrate to the lungs called pulmonary embolism, which can be very, very serious. All right, buddy. I'll see you soon. All right. I'll see you.
I'm feeling a little nervous and anxious. It's hard seeing him lay there getting ready to go into surgery because he's always the rock.
You know, it always seems like you're going to text me every morning or something.
I'm feeling a little nervous.
You'll be all right. Laying on the bed, waiting for anesthesia and all that, minutes feel like they're taking weeks.
I do wonder though, if Tammy does get to that stage of having surgery, I wonder which family member is going to come with her though. You know what I mean? Because I mean, Amy won't be there because she's got Gage to worry about. Well, I mean, Gage should be her only worry. You know what I'm saying? Chris, on the other hand, who knows? Obviously, but I'm sure he's going to be off doing his own thing. Misty, maybe. I guess Misty will be the one. That's quite interesting though. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's mad. That's actually quite mad though, still, because you know she's alone. I do wonder though, who will be there to support her if she ever makes it to surgery. But realistically, she ain't fucking making it to that surgery, man. You can call it savage and thoughtless, but like, come on, man. We gotta be functioning on what we're seeing right now. Okay, history's showing us this right now. But hey, let's proceed.
While Chris is in surgery, Misty and I are going to go to Lexington for a brunch. Maybe look at the, since it's Pride Month, we're going to check out the Pride decor.
Hold on to your garters.
Yeah.
Okay, so I met Chris downstairs this morning.
Yeah.
And I took him and Brittany.
Did they seem nervous?
Brittany was nervous. So how do you feel about him having his surgery?
I'm okay with him. I'm proud of him.
I didn't know if you were feeling left out or not.
I never expected him not to go through with it just because I didn't get there. The same with Amy. Like, I wanted her to do it. I'm proud of Chris for getting approved of surgery. I want nothing but the best for him. But I'm just going to take time getting there. That doesn't mean I'm giving up. Clearly, I have a food addiction. I'm not sure what the cause is or what the cure is going to be, but I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
I don't know. Like I said, I worry about you.
Okay.
I know being that big's not good for you. I feel like with Tammy having the food addiction, it is taking her longer to lose weight instead of Amy and Chris. Although Tammy's not telling me she feels like she's left behind, I kind of feel like she's feeling that way.
Think about it. It could be worse. I could be actually bedbound. Y'all could be changing my bedding every day. Could be using the bathroom in the bed.
That is very true. And we're
washing
thankful
your
you're not
hands.
that bad.
Right.
But in the same token, you need to strive to get better than what you are.
I'm trying. I'm going to get there eventually. But it has to be on my time.
You know, the families want you to get there a little quicker.
Misty's stressing how she is worried about me. I mean, I get it. I'm worried about myself, but it could be worse. I could be completely bedbound. I could be using the bathroom in the bed.
Like, yo, man, shut the fuck. What do you mean it could be worse? No, it could have been better by now. It ain't about it could have been worse. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be, nah, stop it. I don't want to hear nothing about it could be worse. It should have been better. That's what I want to hear about. Okay, and it will be better. No, it could have been worse. What kind of BS is this?
And somebody literally have to help me roll over and wipe me and clean me up. I do it myself. So they need to be a little bit more thankful. Chris is getting surgery right now. It's kind of inspiring. No better day to start my diet and get up and walk.
Yo, though, massive respect to Misty to getting Tammy walking, though. You know what I'm saying? That I respect that. But yo, where's Tessa though? I mean, I didn't see episode 6 members. That didn't appear. But where's Tessa? What the fuck's going on, man? Did she leave? Did she get fired? Like, what's going on? Somebody let me know what's good, man. Come on now. Anyway, let's proceed.
So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Hopefully, within 5 years, I'll at least have the surgery. I want to see the world. Eventually get married. There's no kids.
Those are big plans to me.
Thank you. That was good. Thank you.
So does dating, FUBAR, your diet, and all that?
You need words. At first, dating someone, feel was different. For an example, I didn't want to eat. I wanted to better myself. But then, the more we talked and hung out and whatever, the more stress I was under, the more it just...
Hopefully, since you're out of that relationship, things will start doing better.
Oh, yeah, totally. I broke up with Philip because I started him getting mad over every little thing. If I asked him, I don't even know. I don't want to get details.
Are you open to meeting someone else, or are you just getting break?
My door's always open to talking to people. And if something works out, then it just works out. I don't talk to that many people as I used to. I am trying to be more careful. But like, every day I get a comment, hey baby, you cute, want to take you out.
The people that's DM, is that like women, men?
It's a little both. I came out, last year as pansexual. So I'm looking for a partner. I'm not looking for someone specific. I want to be with somebody that makes me happy. Because I am one of those people that when they're in a relationship, put the other person first.
You think being with somebody is more important than your diet?
I mean, it depends.
Yeah, yo, man, this is the fuck. What do you mean? What do you mean? It depends. Depends on what? Nah, you gotta put your health first. Health first, mentally and physically. You can't be with no one if you're not looking to put your mental health first, at least. I mean, this ain't even about the diet situation. You gotta put your health first mentally. That's the only way you're gonna survive in a relationship with anybody. Get the fuck out of here, man. And I like the way she's like, I put other people first. No, you don't, man. You put what she puts first is how she can manipulate them, use them. You know what I'm saying? Okay, how can she find someone who's gonna allow her to continue like this? Like, what lie are you trying to do here, man? Like, what? Tammy's so infuriating, man. Like, fuck, rubbish.
Brittany just called, said he's out of surgery, and everything went the way it was supposed to.
That's a big relief. I'm glad he's doing well.
We were all kind of worried, I think.
Because I remember how it was when I was in surgery.
Yeah.
I was trying to take my clothes off. When I first got out of surgery, they were trying to wake me up, and I was still a little groggy from the, what's it called, anesthesia. And I just remember I was burning up. So I was trying to take off my clothes, and the nurse looked at me and goes, ma'am, you can't take off your clothes. There's a dude right there. I was like, what, he ain't seen a damn before? How's Tammy doing?
Surprisingly, she's in a good mood, but I think she's upset that she's not having surgery.
I mean, she's only got herself to blame.
Well, I tried talking to her a little bit this morning about it, and she seems like she's more focused on her relationships than worrying about her addiction, or whatever you want to call it.
I don't know what's going on with her, but I asked her if she shuts down, and like, I don't want to talk about it. You know how she gets sometimes.
Well, I'm really hoping we were done with the BBW team.
Oh, me too. I think Tammy's talking to Philip again, but here's hoping she's not. He's not good for Tammy because he likes big women. He said he would dump a woman if she got under 300 pounds. I don't care who Tammy's dating, but when it comes to her health, you ain't gonna come here and feed my sister to death. Okay, well, thank you for updating me on Chris, and I love you, and I'll talk to you later.
All right, love you.
Love you too.
Bye-bye.
I mean, listen, first and foremost, it's a great thing that Chris obviously was able to have a successful surgery, because obviously there was worries, you know what I mean, obviously with some of the things he already has going on with himself. So first and foremost, congratulations to Chris for having a successful surgery, you know what I mean. That's very important, you know, because we don't want no one to lose their life or the surgery to go completely kaput because of XYZ. So that is a massive thing for him, and we can only now hope and pray that things are gonna go up for him, that he's gonna keep it consistent, and if anything, he's gonna do a better job than Amy when it comes to, you know, actually using the surgery to his benefit, you know what I mean, moving forward. Because at the end of the day, like I said before, Amy's just chilling like as if like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But hey, man, it is what it is. But hey, let's proceed.
What's up, good? I don't feel so good. I feel like somebody took beat me up.
Oh, they didn't beat you up.
Well, I'm not. I'm hurting like a bitch.
Hey, how's he doing?
He says he felt like he got beat up.
I'll see if I can't find that guy that did it to you. Chris's surgery went great. I've reduced Chris's capacity of his stomach down to about 1/10 of what it could hold before.
My stomach's hurting.
Stomach's hurting? Yeah, so that's from the incisions, but mostly incisions are really small. It's from the gas. We put gas or CO2 inside your belly to kind of blow things up so we can see. It will get better, and they'll get you some medicine for that too. So I need you a little bit later today to, once you get a little bit more awake, do a bunch of walking for me, and that'll make it go away, okay? And work on sipping constantly with those fluids that they're going to bring you, and it'll have protein in it, okay? Anytime we operate on patients, we have to discuss risks and complications. If his pain continues, then we have to start looking for other things that could be going on. Signs of internal bleeding. If he starts running a fever and his heart rate gets high, we also would want to make sure that he doesn't show signs of a leak. You need anything right now? All right, it's going to get better, I promise. I'll see you guys.
I'm not rich by any means, but I'm more well off than I was when I was a kid. Because the money I get from YouTube, we've been saving it up so we can buy a house, have a stable environment for Gage. There's a park.
There's a park.
And they got baby swings. Look at that little house. Look, there's a house. Yeah, that's perfect. It's right next to the park.
Yeah.
Do you want me to call or
Get the number.
Me and Michael were driving around the neighborhood we really liked, and we found a place for sale. It's 10 minutes away from Michael's mom's. It's 5 minutes away from mine. It's our park. It's perfect for us. It looks big enough. We just gotta call and see how many rooms there is. And it looks like Tammy can get in.
Yeah. Might be a little round. But other than that, we can get in there.
Like, in my bones, I think that house is our forever house. I can see Gage being 16 and 17, sneaking out the back door. You know, stuff like that. Stuff that kids do at that age.
I think it's brilliant and it's beautiful that she's thinking about the future as well when it comes to the home. She's thinking about obviously Gage when he's older, you know, and I feel like, you know, when you are buying a home because you've got a child, it is always important to think about it long term. You know, I mean, obviously, like, if you have the ability to buy a home that is ideal for yourself and obviously your child, do you know what I mean? Then that's amazing. That's an amazing thing to have, because not everybody has the ability to, you know, to be able to buy the home that they want or the home that they know would be better for their child, you know, and it is what it is, because most people will still do what they can to make the best out of what they have. For example, you know, ideally anyone that has a child does not want to be living in a flat or an apartment, shall I say. You want to be living somewhere where you've got a garden so the child can go outside, you know, in a safe environment, X, Y, Z. That's what everyone wants ideally. So it is nice to see that she's thinking about it long term because she has the ability to afford it, which is absolutely brilliant, because there's some people out here where, you know, if they can't, if they have the ability to afford it, they're not really thinking about it, or if they can't afford it, they don't really do the best to make the most out of what they have for their child. Do you know what I mean? So, but at the end of the day, anyone that's got a child, or in fact, all of us who've been children, we know how important it is to have our own backyard, you know what I mean, or even our own front yard. That's just the bottom line. And of course, anyone that's also grown up in a flat or an apartment too, you also know, if you came from a certain household that was, you know, that was healthy, shall I say, you know, no offense to no one, you know what it's like to have maybe a parent who made the best out of the situation that you had. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But either way, though, I really appreciate how Amy is really thinking about the future of her child. You know what I mean? Which is absolutely beautiful, man. Love to see it. You know what I mean? Come on now.
270. Okay, it's saved. So we pull over and get the number, and now we just gotta call and see what happens. This time, Tammy's not gonna change my mind about buying a house. I swear she's gonna have to be an adult and put on her big girl panties. They say fat people are so nice and stuff. That bitch ain't.
Here we go. This hurt, but I'm feeling a little bit better, and I'm ready to get out of the hospital. The first day that the surgery was done, it sucked really bad. Anytime you jerked, hiccuped, burped, all that was painful. Home sweet home for the day. You don't want to eat, drink. You don't even want to look at nobody. You just want to lay there and stay in the bed.
Scoot on up so I can bring your ass up there. Keep running you over.
Yeah, you're gonna block yourself so you can't get in.
She can sit right here. Yep.
I'm liking you more.
Okay. So how you feeling?
A little sore. The only big thing is every time you fart and you belch, it makes you feel like 100 times better. The best pressure release off my stomach after the surgery is belching and farting. Even though it makes me a lot like my sisters, I don't care because it feels so good. Well, now. Oh my God.
Well, you got 5 holes.
This is the biggest hole. And the reason why it's the biggest hole, what stomach he did remove,
Come out through there.
they pulled it out through that little hole. So,
I'm jealous. You're bigger than mine.
I think his has always been bigger than mine. Even when I was a teenager.
I'm jealous.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. A man is not supposed to have big than they sisters.
Well, I was just blessed with man boobs. The worst thing now is I couldn't eat a damn big steak if I wanted it now.
Food bill's gonna be cheaper.
You know, that's probably the truth. I need to give me a little kid card so I can eat at the restaurants on kid cards.
Get a kid's meal.
Yeah, because that's about all I'll be able to eat anyway. Now that I've had the surgery, everything I learned had to be put to the test during the next 6 months of recovery. Because you gotta learn how to eat again. Because everything's going to change. For sure now.
You see, that's exactly what I was worried about, man. I mean, I know it's early to speak this, but the fact that he's talking about, you know, I gotta learn how to eat, learn how to do this. But this is the thing, though. These are the things that you should be learning beforehand. And it's crazy because on these TV shows, okay, like, you know, £1,000 says a £600 life, we never really see them get therapy. You know what I mean? We never see them go through therapy before having the surgery, you know what I mean, and getting their mental mind in the right place. We just see them, you know, we just see what we're given, of course, for entertainment basis. But the fact that he's saying that is hella worrying, because that mindset should already been triggered. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he should have been perfect of like, well, how he needs to eat and X, Y, Z, but like he's saying as if like it's as if like he hasn't learned nothing already beforehand, which has kind of been evident if you ask me. But hey, let's proceed.
This is me. This weekend was a roller coaster of emotions. My ex-boyfriend has been harassing me. I got the police involved, and even though Phil and I broke up, we've been talking the last few weeks. He lives in Vegas, but the situation with Phil got way out of hand, and it's causing me some stress. In an hour, he called 20 times at least. Then when I wasn't answering his call, he called me on a private number. And when I wasn't answering that, he had his friends call. And not just once or twice. They each were calling like 20 times. All it started because I'm being seen in a video with another person, and he's freaking out about it. He said I'm publicly embarrassing him. I don't know what to think of it. In the last few days, I've given up on my diet. My emotions and how I feel plays a big part in my food addiction. I gotta get rid of this stress. He told me he was gonna be here. He just busted through my door. I'm scared. I never thought I'd be in this kind of situation.
Still to come this season on 1,000 Pound Sisters.
You gotta hold fire. Here we go.
Yo, man, that's madness. Madness. So now there's a situation where there's the situation of harassment potentially. Damn. But I guess obviously we won't really find out what else. I guess we won't really find out what's happening with that situation until the next episode, or until maybe it gets leaked somewhere else, or X, Y, Z. Or actually, hold on a minute. This whole thing's already been filmed, right? Does anybody know? Actually, no, don't tell me. I want to find the next episode, man, how that went down with this whole situation of him, you know, obviously harassing her, if you know what I mean, because I know nothing about it at all. But hey, at the end of the day, you know, we can only hope. I was gonna say we can only hope, but you know what? Let's not hope. At the end of the day, we can only keep watching, you know, Tammy's journey as it is. No hope, no faith, just as it is, and expect nothing, and only expect nothing but man, listen, I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say out here, man. But the fact is, there's no hope. I don't have hope. I don't have faith in her. You know what I mean? But because that's why we have to just watch her for what it is and just see how it happens and how it ends. You know, sadly so, because reality is that she's a train wreck who refuses to do better. So however it ends, and there's nothing we can do about it but just watch. Damn. Kind of sad. Kind of savage. Damn. Anyway, with that being said though, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming through. And I will see you lovely people in the comment section. Make sure you like the video if you enjoyed it, or subscribe too if you want to see some more. Peace.